All right, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what it is, evening, 10 p.m. Just decided to do it. I had nothing else going on. So I was like, man, I'm watching baseball anyway. Might as well do the stream. It's a little dark in here, but that's fine. Right now I have this Mariners Houston game live up here on this widget here. It's kind of cool. All right, how we doing in the chat? Yeah, Red Sox. Red Sox just had a huge inning. Huge inning. They've had some good swings in this game. Duran, Bregman. You know, Bregman's been sneaky struggling. Let's go over to that game. Romy. Romy's been so good this year for the Sox. It's been crazy. Really, really good player. All right, let's see here. Sadon. I didn't realize, but Sadon has like the lowest OPS in the big leagues since August 1st. Gets a big hit here, though. Red Sox piling it on. Then a bases loaded walk happened. Then there's a throwing error here. This high home's a little closer than the others. Oh, he lets this ball eat him up. No Scoopy. No Scoopy. Yeah, Crochet was generally pretty good, right? Not as many strikeouts. No, he got some in the middle here. Yandy had a home run and a crazy bat flip. Did you guys see this bat flip off for Yandy tonight? Actually, for a City Connect, I don't mind the Rays uniforms. I know a lot of people hate them. But I don't know. They have like a skateboarding Tampa Bay Devil Ray on there. Also, this bat flip, though. Look at this. Pimping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Anyway, let's watch Duran's homer, because Duran's homer was sick, too. Left on left sinker. Back then, when you were with the Cubs, and I will tell you, can call this one. Way back. That place is tiny and right. Oh my God. Yankee Stadium, I know, basically, but I don't know. It just looks ridiculous because there's nothing back there. That was pretty sick. It's kind of a big move. I feel like he keeps going back and forth between how big the leg kick is over the years. But this is kind of where it was when I played with him the first time around. The first time I saw him in spring training of 2021. He was going just like this. Big leg kick, hands low, brings him up with the leg. This little move here and just kind of drifts forward. And then just tries to drop the hammer. And when it works, it works. I mean, this ball's smacked. So, huge win for the Red Sox because the Jays lose, Yankees lose. So that was really big. Really, really big tonight. I mean, not that the game's over, but it's over. Obviously. I mean, they're still pitching. Usetsa just hit a guy. Nate Lowe with the bases loaded. Just a scud off the pant leg. Old Ricochet hit it back to the catcher. Last at bat of Wilcox was absolutely brutal. Bloke couldn't command a fork. Left alone the ball. Let's watch it. Nate Eaton. Probably gets squeezed there. We don't get the broadcast camera until the half inning ends. Oh! Almost kills Nate Eaton. Oh man, that ball's absolutely smashed foul. Another one. Tigers might be in playoff trouble, like after they're in or to make the playoffs, because I know, is Cleveland going to win tonight? Oh my god. Almost kills him twice. Check out the bend of the knees here. Whoa. Damn, Nate Eaton. This guy raked in spring training this year when I was with the Sox. Every game he did something. So I knew he'd be up there at some point doing his thing. All right, so Red Sox are going to win that. Let me go back to just regular Savant so I can see what's going on. Hunter Brown, Brian Wu was the matchup in this game tonight. Wu got the best of him, I believe. It's 3-0 Seattle. Wu looked unbelievable a little bit when I looked in. What we got in Cleveland? 2-2 in the 7th. That's a huge game. Kershaw hasn't taken the mound yet, I don't believe. Final home start. It's kind of weird. It's on Apple. Kind of sucks. It's not on. Sportsnet or whatever with Oral and Joe Davis or whatever that combo is. Obviously, it sucks. It's not Vince Scully, really. I already looked at Tong today on the MLB stream. The links in one of my posts. I can give you my thoughts quickly on Tong. I still, it's the same scouting report since the first time he pitched. He's got great stuff. Like the fastball is amazing in terms of shape, and the changeup's interesting. The Vulcan change and the curveball's 2 speeds down. Like I like his game generally, but he's just trying to throw strikes. He does throw strikes, so I would say he has control, but I definitely think he lacks command. And ultimately, it worked today, and it will work. But he's a little less polished than the other guys, especially McLean. Not to say it can't work, though. I just don't know. He tends to make a lot of mistakes in the middle, and he gets away with it because his fastball has such good hop. Like, especially today, he threw a lot of balls right down the middle, and it worked out. But anyway, that's my thought. This was actually yesterday that Tong pitched, but I watched it today on the MLB stream. I don't know. It's just it's a good approach. It's just that as crazy as his stuff is, in the big leagues, there's lots of guys with crazy stuff. Yes, it has the most induced vertical, but I think now, if he makes too many sticks down the middle, eventually it'll get hit. Sprout, haven't watched it yet. Gonna watch it. I know we want to watch Scherzer. Is that what we're talking about? And here's a question on Tong. Is Tong potentially going to have the issues of Lincecum? How brutal that delivery is. Tim had a little bit of a different jump off the mound. I don't believe Jonah's is as pronounced as that. Let me take a look at that real quick while we're here. So if we go to Mr. Tong here from third base, he doesn't really like leap off the mound like Timmy did. I get the comparison, but Timmy was doing something that they don't teach anymore. He was really driving to create linear momentum and trying to catapult himself further forward. Timmy had unbelievable extension for his size because he jumped off the rubber. And Tong just puts his foot down. Like Tong has a better delivery, a safer delivery than Tim. And what got Tim was his hips. Like his arm never went. I don't think Timmy ever had Tommy John. Honestly, a lot of times when you throw way over the top, your arm kind of unfurls, and it's not as much valgus torque. Let me see if I can show that real quick. Like if you throw like here, and you get into external rotation, like the angle here, this angle right here, makes it so there's a lot of stress right here just naturally, right? And I actually think it gets even a little bit more as you get a little bit lower in a way, depending on how much you're asking the elbow to kind of flop back and go forward, to open up back, to lay back, and then go forward. Like obviously your shoulder helps because it can cock your whole arm, ultimately lessening the amount of degrees that this bone is trying to tug away from this bone. But if you're over the top, you end up in like a dart throwing position, and so there's a lot less of that. So Tong comes over the top, and by the time he gets to here, all he has to do is just turn and pronate. There's not a ton of elbow stress. You're going to find more shoulders and other types of body parts that get hurt with this type of approach. But his delivery is fundamentally different than Tim Lincecum's. I wish I had video on Timmy in here. Actually, I might. Let me check that in a second. But watch him from the side. Let that soak in. He doesn't really jump. He's got a drag of the back foot. And then he finishes and pivots off. All right, so let that... wow, we're not screen sharing. Let me do that again. So let this sink in just for a second. Hold on. Comes down, pivots, drags the foot. And then I'm going to try to find Tim, okay? Just give me a moment. All right, and then let's see what we got here, because we got a fun research tool here, and I'm curious to see what it can do here. Here he is, the freaky franchise. And my former Cape Cod League teammate on the Harwich Mariners, 2005, summer of 2005. The freak. All right, so we got some video unavailable on a lot of these pitches because they're really old, and I think the video only goes back to 2016. But there's got to be some video of him pitching from 2016. It just sucks because it's not going to be prime. Like, he needs to be at least on the Giants. Okay, here we go. That's a curveball, though. Here's a fastball. Extension. Hold on. Now, this is... I want a side view here. Oh, you know what? He pivots a little bit, too. But I feel like that's even more flexion. This is also not prime Tim. Tim used to jump more when he was younger. I mean, this is an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. So this isn't really fair. Let me see if I can find something here. What's this pitch? '86. Is that a changeup? Also, we got a great matchup here of David Freese, the Iceman. How do I get the cameras here? This is the one problem with this widget. I don't know how to use it yet. I don't know. I feel like Tim used to jump a little bit more. Maybe we just go to just find a random video. Man, that's not how you spell it, but it'll probably fix it. Wow, that's crazy.
Build a website you
All right, we got to watch an ad.
With Wix.
This is absurd, but we're doing it. Well, here's like a slow-mo. All right, so let's see. There's he really cocks it, and to my memory, he jumps here. Yeah, there's a little bit more. I mean, look how much further down his extension was. So, I don't think he was 5'10". I think he was actually closer to 6 feet. He wasn't that small in person. He was just kind of like gymnast strong was the way I would put it. Just like wiry strong, freakishly coordinated. Unbelievable natural, like just pliability, like the way his core was just very amazing. No, he was unbelievable. He threw like 100 miles an hour in the Cape Cod League when I played there. So, see what else we can find. Yeah, this is actually right around some of these videos in here. We're on YouTube, watching YouTube. I don't know if this is okay to do or not. Is this illegal? Probably not.
Explosively down the mound. He's not
Look at the freak.
stopping at different points in his delivery. There's no gather at the top or
this is most of YouTube. YouTube watching YouTube.
It's one continuous movement from the time he begins his
there's like a little bit of extra little hop forward that I feel like Tong doesn't quite do. Tong has good extension. Tim had elite extension.
And if you talk to hitters that have faced him, a lot of guys will say.
But I see it in a lot of other ways now that we're watching it a little more up close. Tong is a little more, it's less flowy. Oh, here it is. This is the real deal. University of Washington. Big time Timmy Jim. Come on, load. Do your thing, video. No. No. I don't know what's going on. Who made this? Matt Antonelli? All right, we're getting out of here. I'm scared. I'm frightened. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, Bauer threw like Tim at the beginning and then realized nice comment, Yazers. That's funny. But then he switched up the way he threw because he didn't want to copy it. He didn't think it was sustainable to stay healthy. I mean, obviously it didn't work for Tim, but he was the man. All right, so what do we want to watch? I mean, these games are still ongoing. It's still 3-0. Red Sox still going. Kershaw's out there right now. Let's just hop over there real quick. Dodgers, Giants. Damn it, I clicked the wrong one. I'm a freaking idiot. Come on, dude. Wake it up, Ottavino. Yeah, it's the top one. Clayton. Ah, shit, he gave up a home run to the first batter. He's got a standing ovation as the game starts. Damn, here's the homer. 0-2. 108.7. Jesus. Damn, Helio Ramos, you didn't get the memo? This isn't your night, guy. I mean, I know that they need to win. Where's this ball go? Oh, left center. They just didn't even move. That was like a gunshot. All right, and then he gets a strikeout. There we go. That's a pretty good view of the slider, of the Kershaw slider. And this is basically the presentation of it. I talked a little bit about the savage downhill plane. Clayton used to have a little bit of that element at times. And it looks like a fastball for a while, like his cutting four-seam that trending in, and then look at the depth, the late depth on that. I mean, that's nasty. So, you know, this is, I mean, he's basically retired, but this is filth. Still. Then he walks Devers, and then there's a fielder's choice here. The only issue is he's throwing 89. Now, I looked back on it a little bit, and I was kind of stunned to learn that's been a really long time since Kersh threw hard. I was looking at this earlier. Like, in my mind, he stopped throwing hard 4 years ago, but it was way longer than that. It was way longer than that. Let's see. Fastball, average fastball velocity. You know what? It's just easier just to go through here. All right, so this year he's averaging 89. Last year, 89.9. So he was basically at 90. Year before that, 90.7. Year before that, 90.7. Year before that, 90.6. Year before that, 91.6. Year before that, 90.3. This is 2019, 90.3. Then 90.8, 2018. So he's still averaging 90, not even 91. Going back to 2018, we're in 2025. Then 92.8, 2017. That's the end of his peak. 92.8. But the fact that he lost his fastball literally overnight from 2017 into 2018. He lost 2 miles an hour, never regained it, and slowly got it to 89. And yet, from 2018 through 2025, I bet his numbers are nasty. Yeah, earlier I was looking at his peak. Now we got to look at his so-called not peak, so-called decline phase. Yeah, how's 78 and 32 with a 291 in 909 innings. Guy's a freaking unbelievable. He's the GOAT. He's the best of the generation. We have a question about that, right? Start, bench, cut for career, Kershaw, Verlander, Scherzer. What do you guys think that are in the chat? Man, it's so tough. It's so tough. But I have Clayton as start. And then in the battle royale fight to the death match between JV and Scherzer, it's really tough. Honestly, it's not even worth looking at the numbers that much because Scherzer's got more strikeouts per 9, but JV's got the most overall WAR, I believe, and he's going to keep going the longest. So I think I got to give the nod to JV as much as it pains me. Scherzer's at 76.5 WAR career, 319, 221 wins. Oh, no. And then, why do I have a tiny keyboard? And Justin Verlander, 82.1 WAR, 3.32 ERA. But, I mean, dude, 3,557 innings. And this year, which it seems like he's had a bad year, but he's got a 3.75 and 141 and 2/3 for a 107 ERA plus. He's been pretty fucking good. So, yeah. Cleveland just got a double. If Kershaw wasn't a lefty, I think Verlander has him. Then Scherzer and Kershaw fight it out. It's just Kershaw's ERA is so much lower. I know that there's other metrics that matter, but the ERA is crazy. 3.32 for Verlander. It was like, what, 3.1 something for Scherzer. Yeah, 3.19. And then you go to Kershaw, 2.54. Can't ignore that, 2.54. You know, he gives up half a run less than them per game. That's insane. Watching Cleveland in preview mode over on playback. Wonder if I could stream playback into here. No, I can't. That'll get cut off right away. We thought about that. All right. What are we looking at? We're looking at Cleveland and Minnesota right now. We got guys on base. What do we got? Man on second. Okay. So Cleveland and Minnesota. This is a big game. For Cleveland, because they just keep going. Jose Ramirez double, it looks like, just happened. Let's watch this whole at bat from a terrible angle. Curveball, strike one, splitter. This is Cole Sands, which I always thought he had a great night, a great name. Curveball down, 1-2, splitter coming. Good battle. Foul. Slider foul. Splitter. Take. Jose Ramirez is friggin' annoying to face because he's always ready to swing, yet he doesn't chase that much. Oh, he whacked that ball. Right down the right field line, 101. He's always ready for the fastball. You can't sneak it by this guy, and he wants to pull everything. All right, so we got a double, so we'll stay tuned there. All right, let's see what we got in the chat while we wait. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to playback. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, at peak, who's capable of throwing the best possible game out of all three? It's probably Max. Max had the 20 strikeout game. He was right there for 21 strikeouts, and he was right there for a perfect game. He had the perfect game. To be fair, Kershaw should have had the perfect game. Hanley Ramirez made an error in his no-hitter. There was no walks. I was there. But still, it's a good debate. I mean, all three of them are first ballot, and I know, and I love them all. I just, Kershaw. It felt like he never did anything but go like 6 innings, no runs. What's crazy though, if you really look at it, it's DeGrom stats. You got to extrapolate it out, but DeGrom stats are even better. Like most of DeGrom's starts, he gives up one or none, which is insane. And then we're talking about Skeens. Do you think we'll ever see anything close? I mean, Skeens is on the path. Skeens is on a very rare path right now. Depending on how long Garrett plays, Sale's not too far behind, even though he doesn't have the same accolades or trophies. He's not too far behind. Other than that, it's tough to predict. Yeah, you got to get to like year 7 of dominance before I could take you even close to serious, because these dudes did it for like decade and a half. All right, let's see here. Wonder if the pendulum will ever swing back to less than max effort. It maximizes effectiveness over the most innings. I think it's all going to be rule changes. Eventually, they're going to figure out some way to lessen the incentive to throw hard or something. Like they're going to figure out something. I also think, I don't know, it's just going to be, there's a couple of rule changes that could come down the pike. And now that they've had success with rule changes, I don't think the league office will be shy about making them if they think it'll improve the product. And everybody wants to see like starting pitchers just out there more, and I think it's better. Although, did you see this? There's this recent development now that MLB has like banned scouts from scouting for a certain period of the offseason. Very interesting development, in a design to help pitcher health, player health. Basically saying, we're not watching you, so what's the point? Go rest. Go home and rest. DeGrom, had he not gotten bad injury luck, that's like my worry with Skeens throwing 100 gas. Yeah, I mean, Skeens has been unbelievable so far. We'll just wait and see. I don't know, man. Pirates. If you're running the Pirates, do you entertain trades, or do you just say, this guy's a special case, we'll pay him whatever he wants eventually, and we're gonna be married to him, or at least you're willing to at least play it out up until free agency? Or do you realize how much value he has right now is probably the guy, him and Scooble. You can get whatever you want for him. You get whatever you want. As much of it as you want, probably. Soto career high 42 homers this year, along with another stolen base. Oh, okay. We're arguing about how good he is. Mets offense, pretty good. Wow, Royals are up 20-1. You know what? Should we watch Scherzer and see what happened there? I don't think there's any new next big pitch. All right, let's. I'm trying to refresh over here. In this Cleveland game, it looks like so Cleveland scored here. Big hit by Bo Naylor on a split. And Cleveland back in business, looking to win again. Second and third, Bo Naylor, line drive hit. That's going to score 2. Cleveland's going to take the lead. I don't think there is going to be any new pitch. It's just like the overall mix is here to stay. I do think maybe the savage angle, like the downward angle, the extreme downward angle, will maybe be coached a little more for some guys. Because I do think that, that we can't create new pitches, but we can continue to experiment with more angles. I also think you'll see maybe more submarine guys in the future. They tend to be actually a little more durable. Do you think starters going for less innings but more often is better for player health, or would they push it more? Yeah, that's a great question, Alex. I kind of think that they would push it more. I mean, relievers don't stay healthy. I think it's really tricky to stay healthy in the bullpen. It took me a while to figure that out. And like when I talked to John Smoltz about it, he pretty much told me that he thought it was actually harder to stay healthy in the bullpen unless you had the ability to get full days off every once in a while from your manager. But he felt like if you're a guy grinding all year, you were pretty much screwed. and he did both jobs. So I'll defer to Darth Smoltz now. I just think it's mostly because I think it's mostly just because of the unpredictability of the work of the workload, and like having a hard time balancing how much to practice with how much to rest, and then just the absolute adrenaline, that you're pitching with. So you're really redlining on the very edge of your physical ability most of the time you're out there. So there's inherent risk with that as well. And then like you just don't heal the same. Like as a starter, you have a routine, you have time to heal. So anyway, Darth Smoltz, yeah, Darth, he say what you want, but he did do both. So I will defer to him there. All right, it was the Royals and the Blue Jays. Can we just speed watch Scherzer's first inning, or he didn't make it for 2 outs, the first 2 outs? Because I've never seen Max have a bad game like this. Let's just see if he had bad stuff or what happened here. Holy cow, the glare. All right, so that's the first pitch of the game, looking good. All right. Kind of a 2-2 middle heater driven in the oppo gap. Carter Jensen. Is this the kid that's from Kansas City? He was like a bat boy. Ended up getting on his hometown team, because that's a freaking awesome story. Then Bobby Witt. Will Wheaton. I don't think I did that very well. He hits a hard ground ball through, so that's a little bad luck there, but he did hit it hard. And it's Bobby Witt, so you got to give Bobby Witt credit, of course. And then the Pasquatch, the Paisan, four-seam up, goes with it the other way. It's just a good piece of hitting. Then there's a walk, so that's a little troublesome, and then he gets clipped for a homer. Holy cow, this game went crazy. Here's the 2 pitches for the homer. Ooh, slider, huge hack ball. Four-seam. Ooh, four-seam down. Salvi has donkey power. 104.8. And Max is probably on tilt. I doubt he's pitched enough games, probably had a few like this, but not many. It's tough to It's tough to even like process in the moment. And then another hit. So it's 5-0, no outs in the first. Broken bat hit. This is where you just want to just. No, I need to check Max watching this. Didn't really give any reaction. And then we got a strikeout, so he finally gets an out here with Jack Caglione. Rays grand slam in the other game. Wow. All right, there's a good pitch. And then Massey homers. Dude, this was tough. Curveball. 105-1. I mean, again, we all know how good Mad Max is. But every single time they made contact, they got a hit in this game. Both outs are changeups. I mean, both outs are strikeouts, changeups. Both outs are strikeouts. And then back to the top of the order. So he faced 10 batters in the first. Strikes out 2 of them. The other 8 reach. I think 7 by hit. And that's just the inning from hell. So that's literally the inning from hell. All right, let's head back over and let's see what the heck's going on in these games. I see a lot of stuff going on in the chat, things firing around. Yeah, Rays grand slam. Ooh, we have a good bullpen question. I'm going to pin that for a second so that I remember it later. Because we need to go take a quick peek at that Rays grand salami in that game, 11-7. Sox Rays from Steinbrenner Field. Who was it? Murph? Yeah, it was Murph. I met this guy in spring training. He was coming back from Tommy John. So ground out, walk, strikeout, single, grand slam. Everson Pereira. Wow. Haven't heard that name in a minute. Ooh. Well, I know you hit a grand slam in the show. But also a little bit much for my take when you're down by, I don't know, 8. Jeez, with the bat flip. Calm down, pal. Can you tell I'm old? Because this one bugs me a little bit. I don't know why. Whoop. Anyway, grand slam. Game's over, though. They're 1 out away. Wow, it's still going though. Single, single. Are you shitting me? So they probably take him out. Do they bring in Chapman or somebody here? Somebody's probably watching the game. 9 home runs in the past hour. Chapman warming up. The backup catcher for the Blue Jays gave up 10 runs. Maybe we should watch that. That'd be kind of funny. Mangum got a hit. This is a nightmare for Murphy. Oh, yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to laugh. But watch his reaction. Watch his reaction. You don't need to be John Boy to read this. Fuck! Shit. So is Chappie coming in? Oh, nah, he did the job. He struck out Josh Lowe. I bet he yells again after this one. Oh, no, he gave the, are you kidding me? Gave the, are you kidding me look. Yeah, that sucks. Tough one to swallow, but Red Sox win. They get the final out. That's big. All right, so there's a bullpen question here that I needed to read real quick before we head back. See what else. Say you get warmed up but don't go into a game. Do those pitches you threw in warm-up count towards your pitching loads? Ooh, this is right in my sweet spot, this type of question. So, there's so much that goes into this, and this is like so much nuance in terms of like strategy staying healthy and also strategy being at your best and also doing your job really properly. So when you warm up, the first thing you need to do as a reliever is you need to get at least 30 to 40% ready before you ever touch the mound. So that means you need to be warm, you need to be anticipatory, you need to be warm, you need to be hydrated, you need to maybe move your arm around a little bit. If you wear hot stuff on your arm, that needs to be applied. Like if you have to go to the bathroom, you need to take care of that. You need to feel it coming a little bit. That's a key consideration. And then from there, you go jog around a little bit, get your heart rate up, throw some medicine balls, stuff like that. That way, when you get on the rubber, you're already 35 to 40% ready. 30 to 40% ready, I would say. You're all ready. Now, my job from there is to get to about 65% ready. I don't got to get much more ready. I just got to throw a little bit to get the body primed. But I don't really care where the ball goes. I don't really care what it does. I just want to hit my mechanical cues and feel the ball coming out of my hand and then just start looking at the glove, and who cares what happens, but just start practicing looking at the glove. And when I'm at that 65% point, I stop. And then if I feel like I'm like on hold mode now, where it's like get a little more ready, you do it every other pitch or something like that, and you just don't throw. You manage your throws. That way, if they shut you down, you really haven't thrown that much, and then you can calculate that into your workload, but it's generally smaller. That way, if you do need to go in, you have to remember you have 5 to 6 on the mound. And that's where you can go from 65 to 100 really fast by throwing the absolute shit out of 5 or 6 balls on the game mound when your heart rate starts pounding and your adrenaline starts going. That's really all you need to get ready. But guys fuck this up all the time. They throw like 45 pitches in the bullpen and then get sat down and then have to re-warm up an inning later, and they throw another 45 pitches in the bullpen because they can't self-regulate. People need to like get in front. Like the really good bullpen coaches will like just stand in front of a guy and just be like, you're not throwing. And this is also key in other situations where there's a lot of like calls down to the bullpen where you'll notice 2 guys warming up and they'll tell one guy like, okay, you're in the game, but the other guy, it's like, if they score 2, you're in the game. So now you're there and you want to be prepared, but again, you don't want to throw too much. So you want to be right on the edge where all of a sudden, if you need to fire a few and go in the game, you can do that. So there's a lot of self-regulation involved, but it's tough because when you're a young player, you're getting out a lot of nerves and nervous energy during this time period to get ready to go out there. So you just end up doing too much stuff. Like you just need busy work. Everybody's felt this feeling in life when you have performance anxiety and you just need to be busy. You just like you're pacing, you're thinking, you're biting your fingernails, whatever. So a lot of pitchers are in that mode and they just like throw, and they overdo it. So this is another layer of why it's kind of hard to stay healthy out there. So I hope that answered that question a little bit. But I really appreciate that, Jimmy the Nail, because it got me cooking a little bit on that. But there's so many other aspects. I just can't really touch on them all right now because we want to watch some baseball, but still. All right, what else we got? These clear shades are like the blue light blockers because I don't want to be staring at these screens forever and then not be able to sleep when I get off this. Kershaw's walked 3 so far. That's not great. Soto's homer was impressive. Should we watch that? I watched that earlier. Soto, dude, you know how good you have to be to know that you hit this ball out? It's a good call. Somebody in the chat. Who asked for the Soto home run? Kevin King. Kevin King, my guy. All right, versus Poulin. So this is a left-on-left matchup. Probably never faced this guy before. I think he's a rookie. It's a typical sweeper and fastball approach. Sweeper away. Sweeper away again. 2-0 count. Now fastball. He doesn't swing, so that tells me he's looking for the slider. But he goes ahead and he walks right into the trap anyway. And then kaboom. Dead center. And honestly, off the bat, the trajectory, I was like, that's probably not a homer. But he hits it 107 with beautiful backspin, and he certainly thought he got it. Guy's a freak. Guy's a joke. Stays in his legs so good. And I think the pitcher might have thought that this was too high initially off the bat. I'm trying to see where the pitcher's going to. He starts running somewhere. Where are you going, brother? Oh, he's going to back up. No, brother. You don't need to back up. That ball's gone, sir. You need to get a new ball. I remember Brett Gardner really calling to my attention that Juan Soto was the best hitter in baseball during 2019. And I was like, yeah? Because I still thought of him as a young player. And he was like, yeah, he's the best hitter in baseball. And at the time, he was already. And I mean, Judge has probably surpassed him now. But, you know, he's in the top handful forever, for as long as he hits. That's how good he is. Who's the best of coming into a game on the spot that you've played with? Probably like a guy like Brian Shaw or Matt Belisle would have been pretty good at it. Those are guys in Colorado. Let me think about this. I mean, honestly, I was probably the best at it of the guys I've played with the last few years. I remember I got pissed at Buck one time just because he came out to the mound like, and it was an if-then situation, but I was supposed to get ready for a hitter one batter later, so I was really pacing myself, and he came flying out to the mound in San Francisco one game and called me into the game, and I hadn't thrown any pitches off the mound. I had just been told to get up, so I was just like quickly trying to like figure out, you know, get my jacket off. Like, I had been jogging around, but I was like, you know, the catcher wasn't back there yet. I couldn't start gunning them, and he comes out and he calls for me. So I go in there, literally had not thrown a pitch. I go in there and I just chuck a few as hard as I can, and I can actually go to this game because I strike out a guy. It's bases loaded. This game was crazy. This was San Francisco Giants, New York Metropolitans, 2022 or 2023. It's at San Fran. Yeah, it's got to be 2022 then. Yeah, right here. This was actually a crazy game that we lost. And I'm pretty sure that Jock Peterson hit 3 home runs in this game. But what I got lucky for is that I came in this game and all I did was throw sliders. I threw like 5 sliders in a row. And so I didn't really have to throw a fastball. And thank God, because I really wasn't ready to pitch at all in this moment physically. But this has very rarely happened. But again, I was good enough. And I end up striking him out on a slider like right down the middle. Oh, I threw 1 fastball. Is that Patrick Mazika catching me? That's sick. Anyway, this guy misses. Poor Kevin Padlo. I think he got optioned the next day. Struck out like 5 times in this game. But I remember I was a little pissed at Buck as I was like, you can't. You got to at least call down and see if I'm up. And he's like, oh, my bad. I didn't realize. So he just a little confused. And I was like, dude, that was crazy. Yeah, here's the Jock Peterson homer off Drew. Drew's gonna be mad if he sees I showed this. My God, how'd he do that? That's when Jock was wearing like pearl necklaces And coming out to Dancing Queen, that was pretty funny. All right, what else we got? Hansel Robles would have pointed straight up on that home run that Soto hit. Big facts. So would have Jeff Hoffman, or honestly, a lot of guys. Maybe even Ryan Brazier. All right. He didn't call the bullpen. No, I don't know what happened there. He just like, it was a clusterfuck. And honestly, he was great with it the rest of the time. But I just remember I was like, dude, like I hadn't even thrown yet. It's actually just dangerous to my health. It's not that I can't get the job done. It's just dangerous. And it's also freezing in San Fran, as people probably know. Yeah, Pat Mazika. They used to call him Portal Pat because he would be on True Media and the Mets like internal portal system like all day, just computing shit. He's going to be a coach for sure. He knows the game. He actually liked his game calling. Do you think starting with a reliever for one inning is worth it just to reduce the number of times you have to make last-minute bullpen decisions? Like, this is the opener strategy I'm getting asked about here. I don't like the opener strategy just because I just like starting pitching. And but I get sometimes it's necessary and it makes sense. But I don't like it as like teams that do it religiously. I like it when it's like a sometimes kind of thing. Like, oh, we're in a pinch. We need to do it today. Yeah, the Twins banged all their pro scouts. Sucks. Drew's doing good. Yazars, he's doing good. I've been talking to him. He had a little bit of a moment where he thought he could maybe get back later in the year, but that kind of came and went. But he'll be healthy next year. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him in the Mets. Miggy Rowe tie game. Ooh, let's go there. Doyers, Los Doyers. Dodgers and the Gigantes. Robbie Ray. All right, so Kershaw has 3 strikeouts. Robbie Ray, Miguel Rojas with the homer. Yep, we can't watch that yet, so let's just watch it from here. Oh, a little pull side, Miggy Rowe homer. I have to be honest, Miguel Rojas rubs a lot of people the wrong way on other teams. I heard he's the guys on the Dodgers seem to really like him. Walker Buehler spoke well of him, and I don't know him personally at all. But for some reason, he's just like so flashy. I think he tries to like carry himself like he's like team captain a lot, so people like to make fun of that dynamic. But hell of a fielder. I used to love facing him. He's a perfect matchup for me. But I mean, hell of a fielder. And then look at this Pajes swing. Man, Robbie Ray with the tight pants for life and just grunting out there. He's a guy that I don't understand because I don't think he ever looks at home plate. Look how late he picks up home plate. And does he? His head goes off. I find it very, very peculiar. I mean, he won a Cy Young for crying out loud, and he's not looking, I don't think, at home plate very much. He just knows his lane somehow. Yeah, so he picks it up super late. Now, I talked in a focus video recently in a clip from another stream about how you do kind of want to pick it up a little late, so you hold your focus. But to me, it doesn't look like he holds his eyes on the target at all. Even if he picks it up late and this is his strategy, his head's gone. Like, he's not looking down here. Also, it just looks like it hurts. And I don't think it does hurt necessarily, but it looks like it hurts. A lot of intent there. Anyway, I wanted to point that out while we had Robbie Ray on the screen. I want to see these other Kershaw strikeouts. Curveball. Whose pants are tighter, Ray or Strider's? Probably Strider's, right? But Strider's got more leg, more quad. And then Wilmer. Wait, is this the one I just watched? Am I this stupid? I think I just watched this. Where's the second strikeout? The third strikeout, I mean. Oh, Patrick Bailey called out on strikes. Curveball. I used to joke, and I don't really mean this sincerely, but I used to joke that Clayton's curveball was like a high school curveball because like 2200 RPM, and he kind of like would slow down a lot on it. But it was so damn effective, and it does have so much drop on it that it is really, really good. But I used to just joke about it. It's like almost like he would get here and just be like, instead of like Rip City. But can't argue, man. He's a GOAT for a reason. I want to see if... Actually, he didn't slow up much there. Give him credit for that. This whole thing too, this delivery right here. Does anybody understand this? Just like I free fall forward. Works out. I wonder how he's feeling, man. I wonder how he's feeling these days. So I do know, once you get past like 37, you don't feel very good. Wonder if Matt Williams concurs. You concur, Matt Williams? All right, what else we got in the chat? Logan Gilbert is the guy who looks like it hurts like shit every time he pitches. Yeah, I can see that. Rockies just win game 42, denying them a chance to match the 121 loss record set by the White Sox last year. If they still have their jobs, Colorado's front office will have to try harder in 26. I'm not going to comment on that. How is Kershaw's curveball effective? It's so weird. The other day we were looking at Snell, his tunnels, and Kershaw throws everything else. How does that work, and why do people swing at it? I can explain it a little bit, because it's the way he uses it versus righties. So like Kershaw in his prime, I'll just set up Adames here so you can just get a sense of in the box. So Clayton's fastball has cut to it. This is a good question. I'm going to go back to the main screen so I can show you guys this. Sorry. All right, here we go. So Clayton's fastball is cut to it, basically. Like, he's one of the OGs of this ride cut. Sorry, Jaden. Of this ride cut, style. Now, it's not like crazy cut, but again, it's perceived cut. He's on the first base side, so he's throwing a horizontal approach angle on a diagonal. So let's just see, for argument's sake, let's just see what this is. This is a fastball. Hopefully, yes, this is a great example. Thankfully, I picked a beauty. So watch the trajectory of this pitch going from left to right. I mean, I didn't do a very good job, but that's essentially what it is. But it's going slightly from left to right. And then the sliders that he wants to throw, we'll make the sliders red in this case, are supposed to trend right there along that line, and then they're supposed to deviate down, right? Very late. This is the trick. This is the tunneling trick that defines Clayton Kershaw's career for the most part. Is this trick right here. Nobody could really get on top of that fastball. He would jam the piss out of guys, speed them up. They see something come in, they're sped up, and now the bottom drops out because it's a slider off a perfect tunnel. It's chasing the dirt all day. It's just bully pitching, and a lot of times he's going to jam you in the first pitch, and you're just going to get out. And then with the curveball, oftentimes, now that he has your attention inside, let's go with yellow for the curveball. He has the ability to throw a really slow curveball. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Different than Snell, his ball humps big time. But it's also really, really freaking slow. And so a lot of times what happens is if it's for a strike, it humps way up here somewhere. And they give up on it because everything else has been in. So their attention's in here. And then all of a sudden something pops up and looks like this doo-doo pitch up and away. And they just like, I don't know what that is. I'm not swinging. And then it just goes, boo. I got the eraser, so sorry for my delayed boo. And it just nestles in the zone. And then when the one comes out that's kind of like middle away in the zone, they're like, ooh, that's the pitch I want to hit. And that's the pitch that doesn't even get close to reaching the plate because it's so slow. So he speeds you up. Yeah, my drawings are pathetic. But so he speeds you up so he can really slow you down with the curveball. Like 73.3 mile an hour curveball. That's 2 speeds down off of the 86 mile an hour slider. I mean, even from the slider to the curveball, you're talking 12, 13 miles of separation. And then there's an additional, 4 or 5 miles an hour in his prime. Maybe 3 to 4 miles an hour on the prime to the fastball. So you're talking almost 20 miles an hour separation from the fastball to the curveball. I mean, at least in the upper teens. And just the fact that the way it pops out is way different than the other 2 pitches and what he tries to do the whole time. And another little trick that he does sometimes is he throws like a backdoor 4-seam fastball, which I've seen him do a lot when AJ Ellis used to catch him. They'd pound a guy in, and then they'd like throw a fastball over here, and it would just look away, and it would just creep right over the corner because he has that that little bit of baby cut on it, and he would punch your ticket looking. So the other problem is he didn't miss early, so he'd always be 0-1, 0-2. So this is my masterpiece. We'll take a screenshot of this for safekeeping later. I can show my embarrassing artwork in an art show someday. All right, what else we got here? Kodai throws a good high school curveball once in a while. Greinke had the best one. But it was like even better than a high school curveball because it was so slow on purpose, which was insane. So I don't know, Jaden, do you think I answered your question pretty good? But Clayton was just like so predictable in like getting you making tough swing decisions inside if you're a righty, outside if you're a lefty with the way his fastball and slider tunnel. And also I should mention his fastball had like crazy vert on it too, so it was just hard to hit in general. And then also Kershaw's delivery where he goes like with the hitch, and then we just saw the one out of the stretch. They're two totally different timings for the hitter. So when he's out of the windup, it's like, when do I load? When do I load? It's taking forever. And when he's out of the stretch and he goes quick, you're like, I got to hurry up and go. And so I feel like both of those, it's just a dynamic. He's a little different pitcher with runners in scoring position or with nobody on. So it's like hard to mess with that time. There's so many little layers to Kersh. But I think the biggest thing that separates him from everyone else is just the percentage of the time he had it. And like a lot of people have as much ability to him as him, but they don't have it, quote unquote, it as often as him. He had it like 90% of the time. That's amazing. What's the tangible difference between the front foot striking the ground with the heel versus the ball of the foot trying to strike in with the full cleat at once? There's a lot of biomechanical information that gets thrown at you about your lead leg strike. Me personally, I thought that if I landed on my heel, it tended to tip my weight a little bit back, and that crept my arm slot up in an unnatural way and made my ability to get out to extension and stay on my target really hard. So I like to land on the ball of my feet in a more athletic position. Then I felt like I could get my hand where I needed to go. That was my personal preference, and no matter what any biomechanist told me, I basically told him to fuck off because I needed to throw strikes. And that ship had sailed by the time they were showing us all this information. A lot of people they tell you to land like with a perfectly firm foot, but I don't know. It was tough. That's the thumbnail for this stream. What's that mean? Are you asking me about the Mariners? Yeah, I'll check on the Mariners. Jimmy the Nail has a question. Otto's opinions. Trevor May talked about why he thinks Devin Williams getting sparked up this season. What are your thoughts? What's happening to him? I just watched all the barrels. All the barrels are pulled changeups down into lefties for the most part. It's not really the fastball, but he doesn't have as good a velocity on the fastball this year. But if we go look at like a lefty in the box, well, we're not going to get one here, but like Freddie Freeman in the box, like if this was Devin Williams facing him, wow. Hi, Matt Stafford. If Devin Williams was facing him, he's just throwing a lot of changeups like pulled in this happy zone. Almost all the barrels were like right here. If Devin is anywhere like over here and down or anywhere in the outside corner, it's game over. So anyway, yeah. Oh, YouTube thumbnail picture. Good call. Sorry. All right. All right, so Mariners end up winning that game. Let's hop over there. We can come back to this in a little bit. I guess Kersh is back on the mound. Strikeout, double, single, so he gives up a run here. Sorry, I know I want to go over to that other game, but good oppo swing there. Matt Chapman. El Toro High School, same as Nolan. Arenado. Flores, line drive up the middle. Nice swing. So 2 line drives. Okay, let's go to Mariners and Astros. We should probably watch Brian Wu because he outdueled Hunter Brown. And that's impressive. Kimbrel got in this ball game. Naylor clipped him. It's funny how I just go right to like people I've seen before. Let's see the home run that Kimbrel gives up to Naylor on a changeup. Oh yeah, they got him throwing the kick change. We figured that out recently.
Mariners have 4 runs on 4 solo home runs.
Naylor's another swing. I don't understand how it works with this like lean back, almost like he's trying to make himself unathletic stance.
That ball hit well to right field.
But I think it's something with his bat path. It helps preset him in a lane he wants to be in bat path wise, is my guess. Anyway, Hunter Brown, 99 pitches, 9 strikeouts. Brian Wu, 67 pitches, 7 strikeouts. Only goes 5 innings. That's a little peculiar. That's a little peculiar. All right, let's watch Brian Wu get his outs. It's going to be a lot of fastballs, I'm sure. All right, so sweeper here. His delivery is like water, it's just like a river, man. It just flows. People seem to really like it. I like it too. Okay, so the first 2 outs are on sweepers. Ooh, nice pitch there. Gets Correa. Paredes. It's going to doors him, I bet. 97. Yep, that's the Brian Wu fastball up in the zone. I'm just going to yawn here on the way off the mound. That's how good I am. I'm just going to yawn. See ya. All right, second inning. Oh, Altuve's going to get the treatment. 3-pitch punchy. You know what? Let's watch all 3 pitches. Let's watch how he goes at Altuve. First pitch sinker back door. Swing, obviously. Altuve's always swinging. Sinker again. Good pitch. And then he's going to sweep him away. So sinker middle, sinker in, sweeper away. Outstanding sequence there. Good execution. Nice pitch. Ooh, he's going to get a bunt here.
Here's Zach Cole. Cole bunts and Wu is on it in a hurry.
Oh, Brian Wu likes it. I was listening to an interview today on Rings to Rosters podcast with Greg Maddux, and he was talking about how, you know, he's got 18 gold gloves. That's the all-time record. And they were asking him his mentality behind fielding as a pitcher. And he said he wanted chances. He felt like if he could get 100 chances in a season that was 33 1/3 scoreless innings, that's the way he looked at it. And he would literally try to get himself chances because he felt like he was an automatic out. Like he could make the play every time. Sick confidence. All right, up top to Christian Walker, doors. So we're through 2. Yanier Diaz, sweeper.
Lose the tiebreaker with the Tigers. This one on the ground to third. Suarez will gobble it up.
Rolls him over. He's getting chased way off that corner. Jesus Sanchez.
In the air, center field. Julio Rodriguez moving back near the wall, jumping up and making the catch.
Myers. 96-8 sinker.
Little tapper, that's going to be trouble. Suarez
Oh,
trying
Gino.
to
Oh,
barehand
sick
it.
play, Gino.
In time. What
Wow.
a play by Eugenio Suarez.
Damn, nice play. All right, 4th inning.
Healthy.
Jeremy Pena, sweeper. So we got 2 fastballs and sweepers getting all the outs. That's fairly typical. A lot of weak contact. I haven't really seen much to hang your hat on if you're Houston. Here's going to be a double, so this could be maybe the best contact so far. Ooh, fastball middle down. That's well struck. Almost a dinger. 108.8. Great freaking swing. Why doesn't he do that more often? He's so freaking talented. It's weird that his hitting comes and goes. Because this is a hell of a swing. That's so sick. And then he walks Paredes. But then he buckles down. Altuve again. Punches Altuve there with the sweeper again. That's twice. And then Zach Cole. Ooh, changeup. So here's the first changeup. Wonder if he's kicking it. I bet he is. 3 vert. Nice pitch. And then Christian Walker. He's just freaking... He makes it look easy, this dude. 0-2 count. Oop, high sweeper. What are you going to do? Walker is very sure that he's right, and he'll probably say that the box is wrong. That's what hitters love to say. Oh, the box is wrong. Okay. Well, what else do we have to go on, man? Ooh, almost gets clipped here, but gets in on him a little bit. Very good outing. Very Very ho-hum. 5 innings. No runs. Ooh, Matt Brash pitched. Fielding error, double play, single, force out. That's not that exciting. Munoz, strikeout, single, fly out, strikeout. Let's watch him face Correa.
58 and a third. He's yet to give up an earned run to the Astros in those 4 games. Not a save situation.
Is he that scary? Oh yeah, he steps right at you.
To the Astros.
Yeah, Correa's like, I'm not swinging at that. Here's the heater. I love how Munoz like rolls out of his delivery, like rolls over. Yeah, that high sweeper was gross. That's like maybe even harder to hit than the low one. Even if you swing, you're gonna be under it, Jimmy the Nail. You're gonna be under that high sweeper that Wu threw. Oh, that 95 sinker backdoor. Oh, this is such a fun trick. You know this is my favorite trick.
And that is strike 3 on the outside corner. Munoz picks up a strikeout.
You just out-execute. They don't even get mad. And let's watch how he ends the game. 3-pitch punch a low here. 85.
Just pump a fastball down.
That one never quite got to the plate, but was called a strike. It's a moment for Zach. And he goes down.
Ooh, slider down. Smell ya. Munoz, I just think it's uncomfortable. And obviously he can throw 100 when he's feeling it. So Mariners win. Huge win. They take the lead now. Clase, I don't think we're ever going to see him again. Have anybody heard anything on Clase? He seems long gone. All right, so that's going to be a 1-run lead, 1-game lead. Ooh, the wife is texting me. Where are you? I'm doing the show. I'll be up later. Everybody was asleep. I was like, I'm going to do the show. Wait, Wu got hurt? I was wondering why I only pitched 5. I thought maybe they were just being careful. Damn, Wu got hurt. Okay, so Seattle now is going to be ahead in the division by 1 game. Obviously, they have 2 more to go in this series. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see how this one goes between these 2 teams. I do think Seattle has the better. Wait, his elbow popped, pulled in the 6th during warmups. No. Don't tell me that. What? I was just about to go look at his like data and stuff. Let's see if we see anything in that. No. Velocity's up. So that's not always good. Sometimes you see that right before guys get hurt. But anyway, 26 4 seams, 20 sinkers, 14 sweepers, 6 sliders, 1 changeup. He threw one after noticing it, and you can tell it wasn't good. Who finishes with the most strikeouts in the NL? James Wood or Logan Webb? That's a funny. Are they close? I saw James Wood's about to set the all-time record, huh? Man. No actual news on Wood injury yet. I wonder, I don't have any video of the warm-up, so I'm not going to be able to see it. Damn, that's a bummer. He was pitching great, as he always seems to do. It looks so easy. But yeah, the velocity's up. Now listen, when I blew out, I can probably show you the game. This might be fun. You guys want to try? You want to go on an adventure? Let's go on an adventure. Hold on. Are you guys going to see my password? Don't sign into my account. All right. I can show you when I blew out. And then I pitched 4 games after it. All right, so we need... No. We need a game log. And we need 2015. Colorado at San Francisco. Can I get this game? Can I get the video of this game? How's that work? Ottavino save. Can I get the video play-by-play? Yes. All right, 9th inning. First Brandon Belt. Oh, it's already 3-2. This was filth, by the way. But how do I go back a few pitches? Summary. No video. Oh, previous pitch. All right. Here we go. Previous pitch. Previous pitch. Previous pitch. Previous pitch. This might be the nastiest I ever was this stretch, by the way, in 15. And it's because my velocity really shoots up. So, this is how this at-bat starts. This is a cutter. It's 94-2. That's outrageous for me. 94-mile-an-hour cutter. Makes no sense. Then we go 92.8-mile-an-hour cutter. I don't know why. I was feeling the cutter at this point for some reason. That's a perfect one. Up in. Now, Belt had the scoopy swing, so I was thinking with him always up in, up away with the fastball, breaking ball, get him to chase, but he didn't really chase much back foot, but always make the break more downward than sweepy. He could connect on my sweeper down low. Anyway, so that's the 1-1, and then this is going to be a 95-7 sinker. Probably try to throw it away here. Yep. Up. Did you see the arm shake? Did you see the arm shake? Watch the arm shake. I just felt something at this moment. And then watch the next pitch. This is going to be a sweeper, and this is where you really see the elbow. Because it's horse shit. And then watch me. I did a little wrist move there. Did you see that? Another little arm shake. See, look at the wrist move. See the wrist move right here? That's me testing the elbow right now. I just like hyperextended my elbow. You can see how I kind of do it right there. And I'm trying to test it, like what's there. Then I do another arm shake going back to the mound. And then I do actually somehow proceed to come back. But now the velo just plummets to 93.2 right after that. But I get the called strike. McHenry with a sick frame. And then I punch him to end the game. But I remember thinking like, damn, my tricep just locked up. My elbow feels weird. Jackie Robinson night. So yeah, so that's when I felt it. And then how do I go back to myself here? Doing stat search. Wow. There's a lot going on in this tab. I don't want this tab. Get me out of this tab. Oh, here we go. Get me out of here. This is fun though. So then you'll notice that was 4-15, and then I pitched for San Diego, San Francisco, and San Francisco. All of a sudden, I only got one strikeout the rest of the way before I finally told them, when I told them, hey, you better go look at my elbow. And there's a pitch here in the very last game versus San Fran. So let's see this one, 4-25-15. Yeah, I think I pitched in a tie game in extras here. Yeah. Narichika Aoki. I strike him out. Where is that? Edmond Brandon Bell, Andrew Susak. Nope, that's not it. It's the other game. Shit, I'm sorry. Hold on. It's the 425 game. This is kind of crazy, by the way. Oh, this is Brett. Brett, why are you watching this, my love? All right, so I'm blown out here, but I'm still throwing cheese. 96.8 here. Oh, look at the face. Look at the face of pain. That's the face of pain after strike 3. And that's when I decided I better say something after this game. Hold on. How do I get... Let's go previous. I want to watch this whole at-bat. This is the last at-bat before my Tommy John, so let's watch it. How fast was that? 96. Let's go. No, no, no. There's the cutter that I was trying to throw at that time. 89. What's this? Oh, another cutter. And then I think I go to the fastball for the game over. No, this is... Look at Nolan, though. Yeah, now I strike him out. Yeah, but anyway, you can see my the pain, the look of pain on my face is very real right here. I am hurting really bad. So anyway, not to dig up some old stuff, but that you can feel it. You can definitely feel it out here. All right, so Wu got hurt. That sucks. What else happened here? No one came out to check on me? Not really. It just nobody knew anything. I kept going. All I did was move my elbow around a little bit. I thought that face was just from playing Colorado. That's funny, but I actually love playing there. That place was awesome. You want me to watch Helsley's outing today? Okay. Sure. Mets, Nationals. We will watch Ryan Helsley. Okay, Jorge Alfaro. Wow, he's back. We've been saying for a while, just throw sliders, throw curveballs, stop throwing your fastball. So good job right here. Slider, and then use your fastball as a chase pitch if you need to. So triple slider. Pretty good location with all of them. That one wasn't like perfect or anything, but hard to quibble with three competitive sliders in a row, and he's got a great slider. Jacob Young. Okay, he's going to throw the fastball here. Wow, 21 vert. Screaming heater. Nice pitch there. Ooh, 22 vert. All right, those are special heaters right there. 100 miles an hour with crazy vert. So that's probably the best I've seen his heater look in a while. Good locations with both of them. Slider ball. Good slider there. Take. Fastball up. Fouled off. Another good location. Fouled off. Good catch by Alvey. Good pitch though. Slider. So I just think he needs to throw more sliders. He does look comfortable. He doesn't look like he's worried about his tipping anymore. He does look like this new setup is fine. All right, so there's a ball to James Wood. Good catch by Alvey again. That's a ball, but good catch. So good. 2 out of the 3 batters, he went with the pitch backwards approach. Even though this is not competitive, I just like this approach. I think he's got a great slider, man. Yep, there's a good one. So 4 sliders in a row, and then also use the curveball. So he really only threw a couple fastballs in this game. To me, that's a good sign. That's where he needs to be. And then the ones he did throw were awesome. Like, look at these 2. These are the first 2 to Jacob Young. These are both awesome pitches. Man, that's freaking thing of beauty. And then this one is also a thing of beauty. I mean, that's unhittable. Throw that, bottle that up, and throw it over and over and over again to everyone. That is cheese, up and in cheese. 100 miles an hour with almost 23 inches of vert. That's a hell of a pitch. All right, what do we got in the chat? Whoa, were you yelling at me in the chat, my love? Oh, let's change the topic. Okay. I don't know if this is too weird a question, but how do you decide between the allograph Tommy John, the autograph Tommy John? There's even more options now. I just went with the old school Dr. Andrews approach. There's nothing telling me, like, I know it's more drilling than the other mode, but there was a lot of success stories at the time. Like Matt Harvey looked incredible after his Tommy John. And, you know, he was just like the OG, so I went with him. And elbow was great. He actually left my ligament in, Dr. Andrews. Left it in there because it wasn't really exploded. It was just sort of like, it kind of wore out over time, and it was kind of old and rotted in a way. and then he looped the new one around, and they took it out of my wrist, the Pulmaris. So on the left, you can see it's there's like a little guy right here. You snip that right out on your right arm, and then they sew it in there, and it becomes your new ligament, believe it or not, over time. It's freaking crazy, but it works. Couple M's beat writers reporters saying Peck online. Damn. Okay, Peck's not great. You don't want that. Yeah, it's a death ball, Jimmy the Nail. That's Helsley's slider, death ball. Straight down, Fairbank slider. Very good. Those are very good pitches. Depth is very good. Kershaw had 81 pitches. Okay. Oh, maybe leave you. I told you I was going to go do the show tonight, Brett. You passed out early. You guys are funny. Verlander came back from TJ. I mean, a lot of guys come back. I mean, now it's just like, you're going to be pretty good. All right, I'm not going to talk about the surgery anymore. My four seam has 22 horizontal and 13 vert. Any thoughts? That's a crazy-ass pitch. 22 horizontal? Damn, Dominic. That's a lot of movement. All right, let me see what's going on in that game. Dodgers, Gigantes, Kershaw. Man, he got a clutch double play here, huh?
Verlander and Scherzer, they bounced around.
Oh, they're showing JV.
Here's a bouncing ball to short. Clayton
Wiki.
Kershaw's done it all in
Rojas.
Dr. Blue, and he's through 3 innings tonight.
What a hustle by Encarnacion. And single pop-up fly out Adames. 10 pitch punchy. Let's watch the whole thing. Can we? Do we have broadcast? Let's watch this whole at bat. This will be fun. Ah, there's the aforementioned high school curveball. No, but you can see it has such a pop, and it's so slow. Willie's got the leg kick, so he can't possibly be on time for that, so he has to take it. Strike one. Four seam, they're probably going to come in with it. Yes, he's very predictable with his moves. Now it's low, but that's okay. He gets the take, and now he kind of knows that. I mean, Clayton knows his best fastball still on the table. If he gets it up in, now he's going to go slider. Probably start the slider a bit above that fastball. Yep. Starts it a bit above the previous fastball, generating the swing, and then that ends up being a ball. Again, this is the approach. The catcher just anchors himself right here all day long. Fastball's cutting in, slider's below it, and then that curveball's on the other side of the plate. Classic. 1-2 count. We'll pick off. I've always been jealous of that move. I want to do that move. Man, I would have been somebody if I was left-handed. Look at this. Peterson has a really good one of those. All right, foul ball coming up here. There's that curveball again. Like, he just sped him up a little bit inside. And this ball just never gets there. 72-8. Willie's way out front. I mean, barely hits it at all. All right, I'm going to try that back foot slider again. Ooh, leaves it up. Kind of gets lucky there a little bit. Four seam in. That's that four seam boring in on the hands. Even at 89, it chews up Willy Adames hardcore right here. This is the Kershaw effect. He does this stuff over and over and over again for a really long time. Wow, split. Now this is a new trick. He never had this pitch before. I love that he's finally throwing it. He talked about throwing it forever. He's finally actually throwing changeups. This is a terrible one, but you know what? It's so unexpected that they still gets a weird swing on it. Pulls it foul. All right, back to the slider. He's probably happy with that pitch. Looks like the catcher was. I don't know who that is, Rushing or Rortvedt. I think it's Rortvedt. You can see he's happy with it. It's all about the location. Good location. Didn't get the chase. Didn't have the depth on it, but got there, and then he's going to get the punch on the slider. Let's see if he corrects the mistakes. Yep, perfect. Slider towards the back foot. That's the classic Clayton pitch. Ooh, the wife was cheering. What's her name again? I remember when he threw the no-hitter, they kept showing her. Oh, Ellen or something, right? Man, look at all the kids he's got. Dude's got like 5 kids. Or he's about to or something. Anyway, that was sick. Big strikeout there. So yeah, he might be done. Think they send him back out? Wow. A couple punchies for Robbie Ray. Punched out Mookie earlier. Ooh, changeup. This is sort of that's sort of new. Wow, that was smooth. That was sick.
Back-to-back seasons.
Swing and a miss.
That was nice. Freddie, gonna have to use center field here. This is more of the typical Robbie Ray slider away. This is actually the second time I've gotten this question, Jimmy the Nail, about hand care. And I talked about it a little bit the other day. What I would do is I would trim my nails literally almost every day at the field or file them so that I would never, cut myself with the shards of my nails. And then I would also even file the skin a little bit. And at times there was treatments you can put on to toughen up your skin. But I used the hot tub and cold tub a lot, so I would put on like finger cots, like rubber, like basically little finger condoms over my fingers to keep them from getting soft. And then obviously you build up the callus over time. It kind of hurts at the beginning, but then I don't know, I'll get normalized. What would happen to me is my nail would start to chip off in the corner over here. So I would go to a nail salon and have them put like I used to go to this place in the mall in DC, in Pentagon City. And for like $5 or whatever, they would put like a hard gel on my nail, and it would last for about a month. So it protected really well, and it's a big deal. Any little thing can take you down. Yeah, they'll probably take him out in the middle of the game so get the standing O. Apple Stream is lame. Who's on the call tonight? Is it Randazzo? Is it Randazzo? Is Spilly? Is Spielborg's on the call? There's some dudes I like. What pitches should I add based on my fastball shape? I throw a curveball, slider, change up with it right now. 13 and 22 is a weird pitch. So I'm assuming you're a little bit low slot, but somehow you hike your wrist up a little bit. Or maybe not. Maybe it's different. Maybe you're high slot, wrist sideways. I don't know. I'd have to see the delivery more. I have to see the full picture. Sorry, Dom. All right, low 3/4. Low 3/4, typically you want to throw east-west pitches, so sweepers, cutters, sinkers, some sort of four-seam, and usually you can throw a really good changeup. You can usually seam shift a really good changeup, so maybe kick change, that's the new wave. Bullet slider is going to be tough to throw a great one. Great four-seam is going to be tough, but depends on how your arm unfurls. All right, what else we got? We are hour 30 in. We're having a good time. AO super duper blooper stream. You want to see a really bad Ottavino blooper? I'll wait for the answers before I actually show that. There's a really bad blooper in there. That's actually so embarrassing. But as you can see, I don't really give a shit. I'll make fun of myself forever because I get it. And I'm not lame like that. So Mizorowski got beat by the Cards, huh? All right, so you want to see the blooper? All right. This one's so good. This one's so fucking good. And honestly, I don't know what I did. I just sailed the throw. I felt like this took courage to do. But it's so bad. All right, Red Sox. Didi Gregorius reaches on throwing error by Adam Ottavino. Get ready for this. Get ready for this. Between the legs, Airmail City. Oh, shit. I don't know why, but I try to go between the legs with it. What the fuck is wrong with me, man? Can you see it from this view? Honestly, like, I was feeling myself so much, and I thought I was going to make the play, and it was going to be awesome, and Alex even loved it. Alex was like, I can't believe you tried that. That was fucking hilarious. So, I don't know. I don't really regret it. I did a lot of crazy shit. I took the fucking bullpen cart, but yeah. This one was this one was awfully embarrassing. And obviously, I'm just not good anymore at fielding. Like, I grew up, I was a good fielder, I promise. I don't know what happened. Over time, I just became a robot, terrible pitcher, fielder guy. But in this game, I was feeling myself because I had 98-mile-an-hour cheese to Reese Hoskins right here. Oh. So yeah, I was like, at this point, I was feeling it. Is there any real benefit to throwing flat ground? I see it a lot in team warm-ups, but everything looks counterproductive to actually pitching. All right, this is a good question. This is important. This is a good question. I'm gonna first I'll answer Yazar's question. Why do pitchers have trouble throwing to first base? It's because it's hard to regulate. Like, you're throwing as hard as you can, pretty much 90-95% to home, and then sometimes it's not the short ones or the long ones. If it's short, you can flip it. Obviously, if it's long, you can throw it pretty hard. You're not worried about killing anybody. But when it's like a medium, throw. You have to throw it like 65, 70 miles an hour. So you have to down regulate your speed on your arm, which you're not used to doing. And also, there's a little worry that you're going to murder the first baseman if you're too close to him, or the second baseman, or whatever. And that plays into it a little bit, and you kind of lose your hand in space, and shit goes flying. It's embarrassing, and we should be better at it. And I've had stretches where I was okay at it, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to regulate it. Just is. Okay, I'm gonna pin this message here about flat grounds. Is there any real benefit to throwing a flat ground? So, you play catch on flat ground every day, but this is a good question. This is important because, again, if you're throwing on a mound and it's downhill, your mechanics, you're going to land at a very different point. When you start at the top and then you stride down, you're going to land at a lower point than if you're on flat and you drop and you stand. So the timing is different of your lead leg landing depending on the grade of the ground you're on. So obviously flat ground is flat. You're going to land a little differently when you're on the mound. You don't want to dial in too much shit on flat ground because the timing's not the same as on the mound. So I never threw my breaking ball on flat ground after I was enlightened by this fact. I said, why am I going to throw my breaking ball on flat ground when it's not the same as when I throw it off of the mound? So I only practice my breaking ball, I would say 95% of the time from the mound. And I would spin a lot of them sometimes just for fun. Like, even at the end of my catch play, I'd go in the bullpen and I'd spin a bunch of breaking balls. But I would never do it on flat ground. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not getting good work in on flat ground, though. The way that I would get it in is after I would do my long toss on the way out, where I would put a lot of arc under it, and there was a lot of more mechanical cues, and just figuring out how to get my body feeling right. And then on the way in, I would pull down, pull down, pull down. And when I get to about 100 feet, I'd start throwing changeups and pitches where I have to throw through the ball, but it has movement on it. So like a cutter or a sinker sometimes, but even sinkers I didn't like to throw a lot on flat ground. Eventually, I move in and I throw and I try to make pitches to my catcher, right? So Eric Lango was the guy I played catch with the Mets. There was other guys with their teams, great bullpen catchers that I took care of, and they took care of me playing catch. So I would, instead of having the catcher get down in a flat ground position, because now, again, the angle's not the same. That downhill angle is not the same as it is when you're on the mound. Instead, what I always equated it to was if he stands up and I hit him in the chest, I felt like the timing linked up a little bit more with me throwing high to the chest on flat ground, and then when I get on the mound, to keeping that same mechanic, but now I'm striding a little bit more because of the slope, and now I'm on the right angle to throw downhill towards the catcher. So that's the way I always looked at it. You just throw with the guy standing up. That's going to get you more bang for your buck than trying to get the catcher down in a squat, because, again, those angles are not the same as when you're on a mound. So that's the long way. Okay, they're talking about... we got some other stuff here in the chat. All right, we're going to unpin that now. That was a great question. Never seen hotfoots in the majors anymore in the 80s. If you aren't setting teammates on fire, you're really big leaguer. We did it a little bit over the years, but I don't know. Did other fucked up shit. There's a lot of shit you can do. I know there's a new focus on the kick change, a lot of attention on velo, RPM, induced vertical break. Can you talk about Johan's changeup and why everyone was so scared of his? Johan's changeup is just incredible because he might have had the best body action, the best selling it of any changeup I've ever seen in big league history. It came through like it was going to be a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and the thing just parachuted. I also think it had a little bit of a mind of its own, with a little bit of cut sometimes, a little bit of sink sometimes, a little bit of run sometimes, but it was a parachute. It was slow, and it messed a lot of people up. There's a game against the Rangers in Metrodome that there's a highlight of Johan, and he strikes out 15 guys. A lot of them are on changeups. They're devastating. And I used to love hear Morneau tell me stories about him and like Francisco Liriano. Those Twins days, they were nasty. He got pulled to a standing O. Brian Wu video soon. Yeah, I think I might have to. I wanted to. He was on his way to one today, but I guess he got hurt. Congrats to Kershaw on a great career. What a pleasure to see guys like him pitch, even though it was a Dodger. Yeah, I mean he's the man. What else is there to say? Really, he's the man. So they did let him pitch. Oh, and he strikes out Rafi Devers. So let's watch this whole at bat. Damn, we're not gonna be able to see anything. Curveball strike. Oh, sorry, didn't show screen. So first pitch curveball for a strike to Roth. Then four seam. Oh, Jaycito, my guy. What's up, baby? Good win today for the Metros. 84 now. Down, Rafi. Spits on it, and then he's going to get him with a fastball. Oof. Was that a strike? Is that in the box? Is that in the TV box? Most boring place I played in the minor leagues. Oof. Boring place in the minor leagues. I mean, there's some bad places, some weird places. Midland, Texas, not a lot going on there. Way down on the box. You want to see me at City soon? I might be there if you guys host some playoff games. Got to get in there first, though. And then right now, got to pass somebody, or it's going to be on the road, right? The first three. Johan threw a circle change. Said he was really good at selling it. Can you expound? How did he sell it in ways that other pitchers struggle to emulate? A lot of guys slow their body down. They kind of body tip the changeup. He stayed with his intent. Actually, he almost had more intent on the changeup than he had on other pitches. So I feel like that's a pretty good thing in a way to... like, it's what Tommy Canley does. He sells the changeup really good. He really... there's the optical illusion that the fastball is really coming. And it's not. Seems like we're going to do what we did last year. Yeah, go on the road. 2 weeks on the road going into playoffs. My guy, Jay, that's crazy. That was wild last year. That's when I got a fucking staph infection on my arm in Milwaukee. That was crazy. That was a joke. All right. Thoughts on TV camera angles, how they can make some nasty pitches look good, and also some make pitches look unhittable. Jimmy the Nail, good question. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to camera angles. There's some that are just awful. Like if they're too high up, like Texas can't really see much in terms of north-south. Depending on which shoulder they're over. On the pitcher, certain pitches are going to look better than others. Like with the typical camera angle, where it's like, let's see what this one looks like actually. Yeah, well, this is, okay, yeah, the typical camera angle is usually like this. I mean, this is a little cocked even further, but it's offset to the third base side of the pitcher. So typically on this angle, pitches that look like they're going from left to right look like they have a ton of movement, and pitches that are going from right to left, their movement looks very dulled on the camera. And it's just a matter of view. So, yeah, a matter of the camera angle. That's the factor. So, obviously, with a guy who had a good slider, if the camera was like this, I always knew it wasn't going to look quite as impressive. Now, this one's not so bad because it's kind of zoomed in, so you get a good look. But if it's like a little further back and a little bit higher than this, on this angle, you're screwed. It's going to look terrible. On the other hand, the backdoor two seam is going to look gross and probably a little exaggerated. So that's how the camera angle kind of makes a difference. All right. What else we got? These are the only games going on still. Philly and Arizona 3-2, and San Fran with this 2-1 lead on the Dodgers. Miami 6-3. Yep, Marco Estrada had a really special changeup for a couple seasons. Yeah, he did. He threw like the super back spinny float changeup, like Giolito does, but probably even better, and popped up guys all day long. all day long. Tyler Anderson has a hell of a changeup like that. It's just very floaty and slow. Yeah. Maybe MLB will sell this app someday, and they'll put me out of business, and they'll make everybody they'll take everybody's money, because it is fun to have all the games. Really fun. All right, what happened in that Philly Diamondbacks game? Because the Diamondbacks are in this thing too, so we got to check in on them. Can't forget about them. It was Taijuan Walker, I believe. Wow, they went with the deadly, very interesting combo of Taijuan Walker, Walker Buehler. Taijuan Walker Buehler pitch this game. Yeah, you all have my password now anyway, but it's not for this app though. It's for the research thing. And please don't do that. I'm gonna change it tomorrow now. All right, so how'd the runs get scored here? Oh, Ketel Marte.
Dangerous version of Ketel Marte.
Oh. Oh, it didn't go as far as I thought. 103.9 at 27.
Dangerous version of Ketel Marte.
Yeah, we got ballet tomorrow. It's facts. We got ballet 4 days a week in this family. So Uber driver Ottavino is working. Wow, a lot happened in this first inning. Homer, single. What the fuck? Let's see what happened in this first inning. Bader loves sticking it to the Mets. Bader's just a good player, and now he's hitting. Also, you ever notice, and I'm hoping to get him on this show probably in the offseason to talk to him about it. He's so good at connecting with fan bases. He's been like 6 teams, and they all love him. You know, that's a skill. That's a skill. All right, so first and third, no outs. And then something happens here. All right, so they give him the second run, and they turn the double play. And there's a caught stealing. Taijuan does as good a job as anybody at the running game for a right-hander. Also, hell of a throw there by JT. So that's the 2 runs there, and then Buehler looks like he's going scoreless so far for the D-backs. Wow, they've gone with a 4-pitcher attack. Nelson. So this was the way the Phillies scored. It was Alec Boehm. Ooh, good swing. When he swings like that, you see it. You see why the Wichita State Shocker was like the 5th overall pick. You see it. He's big as shit, and he hits the ball hard. He should go the other way. Wow, look at our guy Bader Tots, though. Guy's been raking. If he has an 800 OPS with what he does defensively, I don't know if teams buy in and give him like 3 years, but he's going to get like a 2-year deal at big money, I would say. Good swing. Bader crushes. You cannot throw him medium speed pitches like this in the middle. That's his jam. I would stay away from that. All right, so what did we say the score was of this game? It was currently 3-2. So Phillies scored more than that. Oh, Bader homered. Let's go. Curveball. Is it not loud enough? Can nobody hear the can nobody hear anything? Bizzardo, most slept on reliever in the game. That is nasty. 74 in the 3rd innings is no joke. Out of the pen. 2.42 ERA. Nasty. He was with the Red Sox when I was there. He never really pitched. Bader turned into Bonds. Girl Dads Unite. Yup, all day. Ballet for life. Hey, we didn't come here to hear the announcers. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because he's really good. He connects. He's got a way. Man, little first pitch breaking ball. Diesel homer. Oh, sick. He's just in rhythm up there at the plate, it looks like. He's got his Bruce Bolt pink everything on. The hair's got long again. Maybe I'll go to Bronxville and I'll get the sandwich at the deli, the Bader bomb, in honor of Harrison Harrison Bader. All right, still 3-2. How does the outfield? Oh wait, and you know what? I never watched Sprout today. Is that worth watching? Before I call it, because it's getting awfully close to midnight. It's a good question, Nick. People do like that. People do like those skits. Tucker is the big name. Yeah, I mean Tucker's the guy. King Tuck. He's the man. He's nasty. Bellinger and Grish. No way Grisham gets paid the way. Okay, the people want to see Sprout. All right, so if the people want to see Sprout, let me really quick at least pull up what his pitch mix was before I watch it. Sprouty, 33 sinkers, 13 sweepers, 11 changeups, 11 curveballs, 3 four-seamers. He faced, so this is what I started expecting to see, more lefties. 43 pitches versus lefties, 28 versus righties. How many whiffs? 6 whiffs. So this has been my concern with Sprout to date, 6 whiffs. So let's watch the game. He's a contact pitcher. He really is. A lot of Mets fans in here. Let's do it. This is probably the last thing, and then I'll check in on the other games before going to bed. All right, Brandon Sprout, James Wood. Let's watch this hold it back because he strikes out the first couple guys. Sinker away. It's funny how he leads with the sinker. You know, for a little while, this was so taboo. Sweeper, nice pitch.
Against everything else have really plummeted.
Ooh. So he goes sweeper to the curveball. I love this combo. This is a McLean. This is a... I don't know. I wonder if they're teaching this because I used to talk to Hef about this. I love this combo. Backdoor sweeper to curveball. And then you read it from there. Curveball down. Wow, he should have been out right there. Gonna triple up. Yeah, Wood is all out of whack in the second half, so that's nice. Then CJ, this is a long at bat. Sweeper. So you go with the sweeper first. You try to get the strike. Wow, CJ pulled it in the Met dugout. Then you go to the curveball, try to use your depth to your advantage. Nice pitch there. So sweeper to curveball combo early. Here comes the changeup.
Third big league game.
So he's going heavy off speed to these lefties. Good approach though. That's what I would have done too. Ooh, 98.7 on the 4 here. Okay, that was a misfire. Gonna double up on it. Another pulled down in ball. Curveball. Seems to have good curveball command so far. Pretty good. Fouled off. Yeah, no way Grisham will either. I love Grish, but there's no way Grisham. Grisham's not going to get paid. What would be awesome if he did get paid? I'd be stunned if somebody gave him a crap load of money, even though he's had the 30-something homers. Just because these teams are haters, man. But yeah, I don't think he'll do it again either. Sinker come back. Ooh, sinker up and away doors. So, all right. So he does go 2 strikeouts to start off the game. And then we'll watch this ground out.
The big switch hitting slugger is having a good finish to his season. 15
He's got good velocity tonight, I'll say that.
Getting 100 points higher.
1-0 changeup.
Than he is from the right side.
All right, so 2-0. Just interesting, like he really believes in the sinker. They really believe in the sinker. And that's why that's a really good sinker. It's a really good metric. The low spin is interesting, man. He's a very low spin pitcher. It's fascinating. The sinker probably only going to get better over time as he figures out the perfect groove with it with this spin rate. So pretty good inning there. Second inning, another strikeout. This is going to come on a sinker. There's that comeback. Does throw it down the middle, but first 4 batters outstanding. Luis Jr., Luis Garcia, first pitch changeup. Beautiful. So first 5 batters. Outstanding out of the gate tonight for Sprout. Cruz, probably sinker. Yep, so this is the first righty he gets. Yep, and that's his game versus righties. It's the sinker middle in. That's his game. Does a nice job there. So he goes lefty, 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 righty. Now Paul DeYoung. Okay, so third inning starts with a 6-pitch walk. Let's watch this. I want to see him when he's not. I need to see these guys when they're at their best and when they're not at their best. Out of the 3 baby Mets pitchers, McLean, Tong, and Sprout, who are you most bullish on? Who do you think will have issues in the future? I mean, McLean, I'm the most bullish on because he's an ace right now. As crazy as that is, he's an ace right now. So it's McLean. I think Tong has the better upside than Sprout, but he's also the more likely guy to burn out fast, because if he can't learn how to do more than what he's doing, it won't last very long. And Sprout's game has probably a higher floor, but a lower ceiling, if that makes sense. Ooh, Ohtani. Ohtani and Mook back to back. All right, so that's the walk. And then let's see here. See these hits he gives up. Ooh. Does this thing on the sinker. So they called that a hit or an error? Probably an error because it moved the runner. Actually, it scored the runner. Yeah, but he throws a 2-seam over to Pete. This ball runs. Yeah, so the leadoff walk and then like the infield hit. Shit goes wrong there. Then a second walk to Young. This is where you get in trouble. Is when you make a bad situation worse with a walk. Then he's fortunate he gets this double play out of James Wood. And he's lucky James Wood's in a bad spot, because that's a hittable pitch. Really nice turn by the Metros there. But then CJ gets him here. Although at some point there's going to be a series play, right? Yeah, he should have put that ball. If he knew what he was doing, Yazars, he would have put that ball through his legs like Ottavino. Obviously. They should all be copying what I did, because I was so great. Curveball double. So this is the second time CJ sees him in this game. This is a 2-strike curveball. Doesn't quite get it low enough. And it's a good pitch. It's a good pitch. So, you know, good swing. Give credit to the hitter here. Josh Bell double. At some point, we're going to see a series play, right? Yeah, this is probably it. Oh my God, it's in the pocket of the glove. I know he ran a long way, but it's in the pocket of the glove. That's got to be a catch. That's why Siri, that's why you're on the team. So, yeah, CJ does love playing the Mets. Damn. Dial in Lele triple. 2-0 sinker. So he just came a little bit out of himself this inning with the 2 walks. He probably could have been out of it with that play. Ooh, bad route there. So Siri with 2 not so great moments in this inning. That doesn't really reflect on Sprout at all. But here's a predictable sinker and a sinker count. And then he's going to get Garcia to ground out. So he threw too many pitches in the 3rd inning is what it comes down to, kind of. Changeup's been good though. Even though it's a 6 whiff, it's a 16% whiff, so that's very low. It's the quality of the contact makes sense. Like his game plan makes sense. Looks like he bounces back here with a good 4th inning. Yeah, right on right, he's gonna get sinkers. He's gonna hit right. He's hitting that ground ball all the time. Now he's gonna punch out DeYoung, looking on a changeup. Ooh, I like that. That might have been a fastball, but either way, little backdoor action, and then Alfaro. Sweeper, really good metric on this sweeper, 20. Puts him away. So versus righties, I think he's lethal. I think lefties, you know, I like the approach. I like what he's doing, but it is a little troublesome that he's just not a strikeout pitcher at all. So it's the only thing I'm taking away from Sprout at the moment. It's just like, I really like his game, but he cannot have walks at all if you're not going to strike guys out, and because you can see how sometimes the batted ball luck's going to get to him. Yeah, I mean, 19% whiff. Still, well below average. Exit velo was good, though. They don't hit him hard, so that's outstanding. He's got a good mix. Throws hard. Velocity is part of his game. I mean, he's still a good pitcher. But yeah, I'd put him... He's in an interesting category. High floor. The ceiling, probably hard to tell right now. But I don't think it's as high as the other 2, personally. McLean certainly has just way better pitches. McLean's nasty. I want to know what the hell happened to Senga before the injury and how he came back. Probably won't make the playoff rotation. Yeah, Senga's going to fade off, I believe, this year. Now that it just doesn't look like it. All right, so let's go watch those 2 Dodger homers, and then that's probably it because it's midnight over here. This has been a great stream, though. Thanks, guys. This has been fun, as usual. I'm going to do it again tomorrow night, 10 p.m. If you guys want to hang again, I'll be here. I got kids. I ain't going nowhere. At 10 o'clock. Here we go. Shohei and then Mookie. Do we get the broadcast cam? No. All right, let's watch all the pitches to Shohei. Fastball up away ball. Fastball up away. Huge swing. My God. I love when Shohei takes a big hack. Let's watch that. Don't get cheated. Don't get cheated. He doesn't. Ooh, triple heater. Up top ball. Really good pitch there. So all fastballs. One too many, I guess. Wow, Oppo? Like that show. 100.2 Oppo. God, he's good. Are you kidding me? This is a homer swing? Fucking A. Just creep out down the line? That Dodger left field line got the low wall down the lines. Pretty shallow over there. They also might have a magnet in his ball that somehow gets sucked over the wall everywhere he goes. And then Mookie first pitch. Wow. I love that. Ambush right after the other homer. That's Tennessee on Tennessee crime. Both boys from the great state of Tennessee. Robbie Ray, Mookie Betts. 99 going out. 92 coming in, 99 going out, middle. And Mookie is a huge factor for the Dodgers. Now that he's playing good, that's big. He gets the 20 homers. Shohei, 52 freaking homers. So he's unreal. Looks like Enriquez came in. So long way to go in this game. Obviously, we're not going to watch any more of it. But that's it. Thank you so much. Oh, it's late night baseball. It's 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon in New Zealand. That's amazing, Jimmy the Nail. I love that. I'm just going to throw some hearts out here. That's really cool. I don't know what that did, but I love that. Brooklyn represent. We'll be here too. I'll go to the McLean game in City. Great. So hopefully McLean shoves so we can break that down. All right. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. This has been awesome. And I'll be back tomorrow night. All right.